Afternoon's video, or maybe this evening's video, depending on what time you're viewing this. We've got some thunderstorms or some thundery rain coming up across eastern parts of the country this evening and overnight and through tomorrow. Now, quite how extensive this is going to be, it's a bit uncertain. We've been here before through this summer with the models forecasting big thunderstorms, big rainfalls, and things have really materialised. Now, some of the soundings are there to give us quite a rainfall event for some specific parts of the country, but it's just one of those summers where the models seem to be going for big rainfall events quite frequently, and in actuality they don't often turn up. So there's a bit of a health warning on this. If you don't get your rain overnight or through tomorrow, don't sort of blame me. It's just the way the models have been this summer, that they've been forecasting these big thunderstorm events, and except for late July and early August when it did come off, generally it's been a bit of a disappointing summer really in terms of the model performance with these rainfall events that they've been going for, and we've not really been seeing. So with those caveats in mind, here's the radar picture from the website weatheroutlook.com, showing that we've got a fair amount of rain across the country at the moment. A lot of this actually is evaporating before it gets to the ground, so much of these blue colours here, say through parts of the Midlands, not really getting down to ground level. A lot of that's evaporated, but where the brighter colours are, further west and north, that's where we've got some really quite heavy rain just at the moment. Now, if you have a look at the lightning detector device, we can see that actually there's not that much in the way of thunderstorms. There's one little area of storms just around the southwest, but really there's not too many storms in with that rain just at the moment. But I think the risk of lightning and thunder will probably grow as we go through the evening into the night. Here's the high resolution NAE model. This is the high resolution model from the UK Met Office. This has led us up the garden path several times this summer with its predictions of big rainfall events. So again, got to take this with quite a bit of a pinch of salt. But this is the forecast for 6 o'clock this evening. That's pretty good, I think, actually. Where those darker blue areas are, that's where we've got the heavier showers. These lighter blue areas are really where the rain is evaporating before it gets to ground level. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good summation of where we are just at the moment. As we go through to midnight, we see the NAE really wants to develop things up through the Welsh borders in towards West Midlands, and particularly going up in towards northern England. Some big rainfall there across northern England up to midnight. Still basically dry by that time down to the south and the southeast. As we move through to 6 o'clock in the morning, the whole lot shunted eastwards through that 6-hourly period, so that implies we do bring some sort of rainfall or maybe some thunderstorms through across the Midlands, central southern parts of England. And by the time we get through to 6 o'clock in the morning, it's forecasting some quite heavy showers stretching from around Essex and Sussex up through in towards East Anglia, going up in towards Lincolnshire, and again still particularly focused around North East England and eastern Scotland. Some very vibrant colours in there. If that's right, there's some really torrential rain across parts of northern England and into the borders of Scotland. And as we go through to midday tomorrow, still the suggestion I've got quite a few heavy showers. It's all becoming a little bit more broken by that time through the course of Saturday morning, but still quite a few showers stretching down through northern England towards the Midlands, southern, southeast parts, meaning particularly East Anglia and northeastern England again. And then for going up to midnight on Saturday night, Sunday morning. Again, we've still got quite a bit of rain going on here for northeast England, stretching down in towards Lincolnshire, the north and east Midlands, and through in towards East Anglia. So that implies many hours of at least heavy showers. Probably not continuous rain, but many hours of quite heavy showers on the eastern side of the country. But once again, is the NAE model sort of leading us up the garden path with this, because we've had many a letdown this summer with these precipitation forecasts, these rainfall forecasts from the NAE model. See what the GFS is suggesting. That again is showing that for 6 o'clock in the evening, most of the focus is through parts of Wales going up in towards northern England. As we move through towards midnight, we're going to find a cluster of very heavy storms stretching from northern England, or very heavy rain, stretching from northern England down towards the North Midlands. How much lightning and thunder is in with this is a bit of a moot point. Some of the convective potential is not that brilliant, to be honest, with this, but it's very humid, so that may just get things going a bit more. To 6 o'clock in the morning, we've got heavy rain on the eastern side, really focused for Lincolnshire, parts of the East Midlands, certainly East Anglia and southeastern parts of England. And then through into midday, that area doesn't really move very much, so it's for northeastern England, Lincolnshire, East Anglia and the southeast, and still going on there in the east as we go through to 6 o'clock in the evening. Again, this is not continuous heavy rain over all those hours, it's more sort of showery type conditions, so there will be drier breaks in between. There's the convective potential right now, not brilliant. We have got a little bit of convective potential, and that continues as we go through the rest of the evening into tomorrow morning. We keep those sort of very pale green colours going. So that's not the best convective potential in the world, but because of the humidity, we may generate some lightning and thunder with this. But potentially, I think it's more a rainfall type scenario actually than very severe lightning and thunder, but I'm sure there will be some lightning and thunder around. Finally, this is the total precipitation forecast, rainfall forecast from the NAE model up to midnight Sunday. And we can see that really it's for eastern and northern parts of the country that's getting the rain, not very much out in the west and down in the southwest, but for northeastern England in particular, so going down from northeast England in towards Lincolnshire, definitely through Yorkshire, down in towards the East Midlands perhaps, and certainly through East Anglia. That area has anything up to 20 to 40 millimetres of rain being predicted, so that's getting on for 2.5 inches. Now, again, I want to emphasise that we've been here before with the NA model and its rainfall forecast this summer that haven't materialised. So if nothing or very little happens overnight and into tomorrow morning, don't be that surprised, but it's just a heads up that if the NAE is right this time, and it is supported quite well by the GFS model as well, whereas those other times those two models weren't really that well in agreement, so it is quite well supported. If it happens, the eastern and northeastern parts of the country in for quite a lot of rain, no doubt giving the risk of flash flooding, and there will be some lightning and thunder mixed in with it as well. So an interesting few hours to come to see what happens. Later on, I'll be doing the final forecast for the bank holiday weekend, so come back to that on my events page, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.